Hello, this is a Pennsylvania gun rights update for March 2nd, 2011. Today I'd like to talk to you about the City of Philadelphia. Now last night, Mayor Nutter signed into law an ordinance in the City of Philadelphia banning Florida permits. Now their argument has been, and they call it the Florida loophole, that criminals are somehow able to go to the state of Florida and get permits to carry and are coming back to Pennsylvania and committing crimes. First of all, what criminal do you know that subjects himself to a background check to get a license to carry, which is required under the Florida law? And actually the Florida law, to get a Florida permit, they have higher standards actually than the state of Pennsylvania for getting a license to carry. So this makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. What you have a problem with here is the City of Philadelphia is not prosecuting criminals and putting them in prison. You have the City of Philadelphia making plea bargains and such with people that have committed crimes, and plea bargaining themselves out of jail and out of a criminal record. So the failure is not on the part of the law-abiding citizen here. The problem is on the part of the district attorneys not prosecuting criminals. Now the other problem with this is that the state of Philadelphia doesn't have the authority to do what it's doing. Under state law, in Title 18, 6120, under the Uniform Firearms Act, under general rule here, no county, municipality, or township may in any manner regulate the lawful ownership, possession, transfer, or transportation of firearms when carried or transported for purposes not prohibited by the laws of this Commonwealth. Now, the authority resides with the state and the Attorney General's office in making reciprocity agreements with other states, and only the Attorney General's office has the authority to invalidate an out-of-state permit. And the kicker here is if you go to 6119 and you look at the violation penalty, it says in there, it says except as otherwise specifically provided, an offense under this subchapter constitutes a misdemeanor of the first degree. So basically what you have here is you have the City of Philadelphia brazenly and willingly violating state law and committing a crime in doing so. Now the problem I have as a law-abiding gun owner and somebody who likes to exercise my civil right to carry a firearm is that I'm expected to obey the law. If I go out and I commit a crime, I rob a store, I kill someone, I do any number of crimes, and I'm caught and I'm arrested, I go to jail. I have charges filed against me by the district attorney, and I'm prosecuted, and if convicted, I go to prison. Here you have an entire city council and mayor willfully and brazenly violating the law, committing a crime, and they're not being held accountable. And not only that, their arguments make absolutely no sense, and they are trampling on the free exercise of a civil right. Now, another problem with this is that everybody needs to understand is that the reason that people go to Florida to get permits is because the City of Philadelphia is abusing its authority to issue the licenses to carry. They will deny people for unpaid parking tickets, for alimony payments that are behind. They will even revoke your permit if you have a gun stolen from your vehicle. So if you're the victim of a crime, you now, if you live in the City of Philadelphia, will have your license to carry revoked because you're a victim of a crime. This is the reason that people have decided to completely disregard the City of Philadelphia and go to the state of Florida and get a permit or license to carry, or to other states. Now, what I would encourage all of you out there to do is to call your state reps, call your state senators, the Attorney General's office, the governor, and ask why it is okay for government officials of a city elected representatives to go against state law, violate it, commit a crime, and get away with it? Who is going to hold these people accountable? If the government becomes the lawbreaker, how are we as citizens supposed to respect the rule of law, and respect our government, and hold it in any high regard whatsoever? This is something that is unacceptable, and should anger not only gun owners, but every citizen of this state, because this is a trampling and a violation and an infringement upon a fundamental civil right. The right of the citizens to keep and bear arms in Pennsylvania, according to our state constitution, shall not be questioned. And it's time that we hold our elected officials and government officials who feel that it is their purview to violate our rights and violate the law. It's time for them to be held accountable. And it's time for us to say that we're not going to put up with it anymore, and we're not going to tolerate it.